We get to bring you a this day only with free shipping and handling, and it is the bold red coral 18-inch sterling necklace for today, $79. That is one of the most significant price differences you will see today on a this day only, much less anything from Jay. Remember, everything from Jay is on 5 flex payments, so you go to hsn.com and have at it. But right now are this day only, and by the way, you can pick up the earrings at the same time. Okay, that's one of the biggest pieces of coral I've seen in ages, if ever, in a necklace. That is one dynamic look right there. That looks like a J. King original too.
This is like, well, number one, it's brand spanking new.
Brand.
This is probably one of the most massive freeform pieces a structured piece that you're gonna see from us, and probably into next year. I don't recall doing anything. It's really difficult. This is a magenta coral. That's the kind of the color of it. It's beautiful. It's got a really unique color to it, but look at the presence on this. And I'm looking at this, and you know, like, this is brand new, okay? Do you know how hard I had to work to even bring it in at the original price? I mean, just to bring it in at that price and hit the price point that we all wanted to hit. And then because today's special sold out, and congratulations on everybody who got in on that. What a remarkable piece that was. They're offering this. This is crazy. I mean, as far as, what a deal. I mean, what a steal.
I told you it was gonna be good.
I mean, we sell rings for more than this.
You're right.
You're getting a whole necklace. Look at the size of this. Look, you know, when you really look, look at the size, how big, how bold, how it lays. And again, these are all hand cut from the rough stock. They're not, you don't buy anything like this that's already pre-cut. This is all, even the rounds, everything is all completely hand cut by our lapidaries. There's nothing that's done outside.
You know, when you think about what Jay's just saying, in case you're not familiar with Jay, this is one of the things that we're so proud of that we can do at HSN. We're bringing a boutique line to you through Jay. Most of the time you're finding, maybe one-off, maybe a bench jeweler who's doing some beautiful work. It's like Jay is a bench jeweler with his team, but it's still that boutique feel. And we don't have a lot. There are only 1,500. That may sound like a lot. And it would be for a local jewelry store, but for HSN, it is not a lot. So it's a combination of having this wonderful distribution direct to your house and having a bench jeweler designer and his family and friends design for you. And today with the 5 flex payments, maybe you can know Jay and find out why he's been here for over 20 years. But because our today's special sold out, it is a this day only. We don't get to do that all the time. We love it when we can, and we wanted to make sure you weren't gonna be disappointed. $79. Jay, even if this was just the pendant for $79, are you praying?
No, that would be like amazing. I mean, if you watch us and we don't even sell our rings for $79,
yeah.
Okay? You can't buy a ring. Think about how much just the material cost is in this. And these are all hand cut, handcrafted. They're not, there's no machine or a die that you lock the coral rough down in and then it goes and it cuts it up. This is literally an artist that sits there, and what they do is they take the coral rough stock material, they cut it, they slice it, they take it by size, then they take a template, they draw it out, they take a diamond Dremel saw, they cut it out, so then that's the rough, what we call the blocking it in. Then they polish it. They do the pre-polish, they don't do the full polish. And then when they get it all together and they drill the holes, think about this. Do you see how this necklace layers?
Yeah.
It goes up both sides, they overlap.
Isn't that cool?
So, do you see how they do that? They overlap. So think about just the technical aspect of the artist cutting that and making it perfect. And if you don't line them up perfectly, when you cut these holes are drilled through like this.
It won't flow, right?
It won't flow, and it'll be out of place. And then they have to disassemble the whole thing, throw that piece away. There's nothing you can do with it after if you've drilled it wrong, and then put it all back together. So that being said, this isn't something that's just mass produced. And that's why you'll never see something like this as in any kind of volume. I mean, we did, I think there originally were like 1,500, and that took us forever to do those. One of the things with coral if you've shopped with us over the past 21 years, you know, when we first started out, you know, coral turquoise has always been our power point, and that's where we're the strongest. We shine in turquoise. That's really kind of what we specialize in. The second's opal. Used to be the third was coral. You saw every different kind of coral. I get a kick out of people that call, and they still remind me when they bought the black coral, or they bought the gold coral, or they bought the blue coral, or they bought the yellow coral. All those corals are now non-existent, unavailable. You can't even get them. You know, if you go to Tucson, and I hope Siobhan and I were laughing, and I just found some pictures of Siobhan and I that date back over 10 years. So 10 years with Siobhan being at the Tucson Gem Show. And I was much younger then. You know, and I was
much older then.
I was much younger then, and it brought back so many fond memories because we've always had a lot of fun when we're in Tucson together. And I will tell you, at that time in Tucson, I'm not just saying this to be saying this, okay? You used to see a lot of coral rough, right? There used to be coral rough.
Yep.
And Siobhan grew up in the jewelry industry, okay? So, and she knows a lot of people at Tucson, manufacturers. You used to see the coral rough. You don't, when you go to Tucson, and you have to understand what Tucson Gem Show is all about. It's like the Super Bowl for people like me. It's like Super Bowl for rock hounds.
I'm glad you're explaining that. I take it for granted. You're exactly right.
It really is the Super Bowl. It's the largest gem show, rough gem show, and finished good gem show in the world. And I guarantee you, if you can't find it there, which there are things that we have that you can't find there, right? But usually, if you don't see it there, it's just not available anywhere in the world. This is one of the things that you just don't see the rough stock. I mean, the coral rough stock. I predict, and in the near distant future, and I'm talking a few years from now, you won't see. That's the Tucson Gem Show right there.
Those are all gem shows right there.
That's the gem shows right there. It's not just one show, by the way.
It's the whole town of Tucson gets taken over.
Taken over. I think that there's over 70 different shows going on at the same time. Unofficially, I would say you could probably double that.
And then there are hundreds of people exhibiting at each show.
There's people pulled off on the side of the road in their motorhome.
They didn't even rent space. They just said, hey, put up a table. They just set up a table
at the side of the road. You can be out in the middle of nowhere, going out, driving around, and there'll be people set up. You know, it's just crazy.
Very cool.
People come from all over the world. A lot of the people, the miners that I see there, the only time I ever get to visit them is at the Tucson Gem Show. Now, maybe I visited the mine and stuff years and years ago, but the only time we really get together and they get to see what they're really doing new is at the Tucson Gem Show. I'm glad everybody seems like they're loving this. And that's really cool. And what's not to love? I mean, especially, again, this price is...
It's $79, and you can try it on for $15.98.
I mean, we sell rings for more than that.
It's true. I've got one on my finger. So if you want something that's truly distinctive, that's truly different, you know, we had those coral earrings that are this style last hour. You could put that with this. You could get the matching earrings in terms of the same exact material. It all works. And this, when it's gone, is totally gone. Jay showed you the way it articulates and the way that each one of these pieces has been put together with such incredible craftsmanship. The $79 is where I say to people who are new to HSN, don't second guess the price. This is what we do with a This Day Only. It doesn't happen all the time. We love to spoil you. But today and right now, it is. This is a year-end special show from Jay. I know a lot of us wait every year until it comes back around again because you can get some of those best buys of the year. It's the biggest show of the year, too, which is a huge statement, as you know. But this one is one of the stars of this huge, huge show. This one is one of the stars of the visit, and we've snuck it into the top of this hour at $79. Even if it was at $119, that would be fabulous for a This Day Only in this kind of coral. But when they're gone, it's not coming back. So please don't hesitate. And you know what? We're gonna go to Tina and say hi in Tennessee while you're making those final decisions and getting your order in. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tina. Caw-caw, Tina. Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, now we can. Now we can. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have to say, Mr. J. King, I have been watching your stuff for probably a couple of years, but today I finally took the dive in there.
Oh,
And
well,
I
glad.
bought one other piece, the leopard jasper.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think is what it's called.
Yeah,
The bracelet.
right.
It's so beautiful. I've always loved rocks. I just was kind of a geek that way, but I've always loved rocks and been to Rock City and Ruby Falls, and I just have always enjoyed that. But you put together such beautiful pieces.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that, but do you know that you're not alone in the world?
No.
There's a name for people like us. It's called rock hounds.
Rock hounds,
Okay,
yeah.
and it's a gene. Okay,
It is.
I am convinced it's a
DNA.
gene because we have family members that have the gene, and I have family members that don't. I also have a wide array of friends, and it's amazing because their children, they have children. Connie Craig's son, okay, Buzzy is a rock hound. She constantly, when he comes home, his pockets are full of
That's
material.
so cute.
So he collects, okay, and he's just a very, very young man.
He's so bright,
But he is already collecting. It really is a gene, and I think I am drawn to it. I've always been drawn to it my entire life. So it's funny you say that, but you're not alone out there in the world.
I'm so glad. But there's just something very soothing because they're always cool to the touch, and they're so soothing. And I remember back in the day, I don't remember what decade, but remember they called them worry stones?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
sure.
Worry
Yeah.
rocks. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could just keep them in your pocket and just rub them with your thumb and just kind of calm yourself in the moment. And
Well, I will tell you this right now, with different colors of rough and different materials that I work with, you can feel different energy from them.
It's so
I do.
true. I do too.
There are
Thank you,
things
Tina.
that I get excited about, and then there's things when I do it, I'm almost falling asleep. I'm working with the material, and pretty soon I'm like,
Isn't that interesting?
just like mellow, really mellow in it. And so I do believe, I don't know if it's the color or it's actually the energy from the
I
material.
think it's probably all of it. All of it. Tina, thank you so much. You're in great company here at HSN. We love having you here. Thank you so much. You know, whether you're a jewelry girl or a rock hound, or you're like me and you're a jewelry girl and a rock hound, this is the perfect meeting of all of those worlds. And then to be able to have us deliver it right to your house. You don't have to go out to the Southwest, or you don't have to go to Manhattan to find a gallery, because we're bringing that gallery from Jay directly to you. You know, already over 800 of this day only have been spoken for. It isn't every day that we get to do that. Our today's special from Jay sold out. Like, when did it, so like it, when
We
it
had
was
2 earrings.
2 earrings, okay. So before we even like basically woke up this morning, it was gone. But you know what that lets us do? We are like kids in a candy store, and the owner is busy, but we get permission to grab whatever we want and do all kinds of things. So here it is, that $79 price tag at a phenomenal, phenomenal discount. And one day only, well over half of our quantity is gone, especially with everyone who's getting a hold of us. So make it your own, try it on. You don't even have to decide right this sec, get it at home. And you can even see, when you go close up there, you can see the little particles that were the house before that had a little critter living in it, as far as the organic nature and origin of this coral.
I always like to tell people, you know, a lot of people have a misconception that coral's a plant. It's not. It's actually, to make it in layman terms, you're buying somebody's ex-condo. Okay?
Yeah, right.
It's the exoskeleton. It's of a little a thing
sea
called
creature.
an animal. It's called a polyp. Okay, if you look under a microscope, they look like a little starfish. And what they do is they have tentacles, and they go through the salt water, and the coral's only found in the salt water. They get the minerals from that. That's how they eat, and they excrete calcium carbonate. And that's what forms coral. And then different things give it the different colors of just the surrounding, the minerals that are in the water, that are in the area. It's really, really quite a process. It's very, very interesting.
And it's also very, very beautiful and wearable. So we'll let you know. And that is right now for the asking, with well over half of our quantity gone.